Welcome to Morning Vibes with Dr. Jerry the First, episode 153. This Tuesday, the 13th day of February 2018. My name's Dr. Jerry the First Oguzie, and this morning I am taking a look at the superlative steps to personal empowerment. From babyhood to late teen, almost all of us depended on outside empowerment provided by our parents or guardians or their friends, our teachers and instructors, and all those who are out there before us. But from the time we hit the age of adulthood, we are expected to decide on how to live our lives and follow the dream we have playing around in our heads. We become responsible for how our lives turn out, and that is when we step into the arena of personal empowerment. In this case, we are no longer waiting for an external push to make us move forward. We find the reasons from within us and which will propel us to get that which we seek. The best way to live an empowered life is by taking action to see that we make the best out of our dreams. And this is done by working. Working to make a living, working to see that we make a tangible difference in this world, as it is popularly said, live in such a way as to make the world a better place than you met it. That which we do enables us to focus on what we can actually have control over, and which include that which we hope for, that which we aspire to be, our ability to hustle, our willingness to get dirt on our hands in order to make a better tomorrow. It is surely certain that when we are empowered in our individual persons, those around us also benefit from that empowerment. I have here listed about 8 tips on how to build your personal empowerment. Number 1, be open to potential outcomes. There is no such thing as doomsday unless you have confidence in it. You have the power and the duty to find that place within yourself where everything is possible. The more open you are to probability, the more inventive you move towards becoming, and the more far-reaching of a world you make for yourself to prevail in. In the event that you live with a sad, furious, or vanquished mentality, at that point, that will be what you live. Negative personalities are short personalities. They have closed minds. And such personalities basically decline to perceive what is accessible. They give spotlight on what isn't right, what isn't going on, and on the absence of chance. For what reason would you experience along these lines? Life is an immediate impression of your convictions. In the event that you need a superior result, at that point, make it. Your chances for new expectation and change are unlimited, and everything begins right inside of you. 2. Spotlight on your identity. Things are going to happen that you don't like or you don't care for. Life achievements are worked around the uncalled for. There's much that you will experience that isn't right or out of line and wrong completely. Spotlight on who you need to be in the light of these difficulties. Individuals get into high positions without the privilege to be there, yet you are absolutely fit for ascending to those things which make no sense. Without the things that make no sense, you could never come to know so profoundly what you remain for, what you esteem, or how intense you genuinely are. When you move your concentration onto yourself and wholeheartedly and peacefully experience your answers, it is then that you are carrying on with an existence of genuineness and importance. What amount of cash did Martin Luther King Jr. have in his pocket when he kicked the bucket? What amount of cash did Mother Teresa have in her pocket when she kicked the bucket? Work unobstructively and let your prosperity do the talking. 3. Run your own particular race. Someone else's prosperity does not compare as your disappointment. It's your life, so center around your race. Rather than stressing over the opposition, center around the board that is specifically before you. On the off chance that you stress over the opposition, what they are and aren't doing, at that point you forget about the significance of what you are doing. Strengthening has nothing to do with rivalry. It has an inseparable tie to commitment. There isn't a superior case of this than the last Summer Olympics, with the Phelps prevailing over the South African swimmer, who so centered around beating Phelps and hammering Phelps in the media. The South African swimmer wasn't sufficiently centered around his own particular race. Phelps beat him in the light of the fact that Phelps was centered around winning his own particular race. 4. Believe yourself. Assume that you have what it takes to take care of business. Trust enables you to move forcefully towards your objectives. In the event that you invest your energy questioning your attitudes, the main thing you'll be currently consummating is your capacity to question yourself. Your activities take after your musings. Move all that time concentration of questioning yourself to trusting in yourself. On the off chance that you can dream something up, at that point, it is in the domain of your plausibility to get it going. You should demonstrate to yourself that you have what it takes to be creative while going for your objectives. You will figure out how to believe yourself the most profoundly through making computed move-driven dangers. The more effective you move toward becoming in going for the broke, the less demanding it moves toward becoming, and the more capable you are to recognize when your senses are on and when they are most certainly not. This engages you to settle on better choices. 5. Set up a system. To enable yourself, team up, don't contend. Achievement is never a one-man's work. One of the most astute approaches to propel your central goal is to arrange. Accumulate a group of individuals who have qualities to fill in where you have shortcomings. This enables you to appoint out of them the best that will enable you to achieve your objectives. Joint effort is about consideration. In community-oriented conditions, achievement is shared. It is individuals engaging other individuals. There's nothing all the more clinging to a group of individuals than the collaboration that created the victory. It's holding, and holding is enabling. When you contend, you make division, contempt, envy, and outrage. None of them would enable you to fabricate long-standing connections intended to make you more fruitful. Number 6, love what you do. Energy trumps disappointment. Love is the most intense of the considerable number of feelings, which is the reason really enabled individuals work in professions they adore. Most will do nearly anything for love. There is nothing that can get in your direction when you need something severely enough that you are willing effectively to get. Surprising conditions may come up to divert you a bit along the way, yet it won't have the ability to take you away from your objective. When you are profoundly energetic about what you need, work doesn't feel like work. It's more individual. When you cherish what you do, fears you may have of not succeeding will be beaten by the energy you need to never give failing a chance. Number 7, hold yourself with elegance. Achievement of any sort will draw in haters. What are you going to do about this? Simply utilize effortlessness. In the event that they go low, you go high or stay noiseless. Give beauty not to them, but rather on the grounds that acting with elegance says something engaging in regards to you. Outrage doesn't motivate change in anybody. Engage and right activity is the main thing which rouses change. Have the self-restraint to have poise when up close and personal with haters. The one beyond any doubt thing about haters is that they detest you just until the point when they need to be a piece of what you're doing so they can state they knew you. Give them a chance to say whatever they need. You finish what has been started and less voyaged. Number 8. Grasp defective minutes. The most engaged way to progress gets through your encounters of disappointment. The late Mary Tyler Moore broadly stated, "You can't be overcome in the event that you've just had superb beings transpire." Empowerment is most profoundly developed amid times of test. Disappointment and vulnerability are essential structures for you to knock up against for the improvement of your own refinement. Without disappointment, you will have nothing to enhance. Advance as opposed to breakdown under strain. Your defective minutes give the ideal direction to your development up the pile of progress you're climbing. To carry on with an engaged existence of incredible importance, be available to probability, collaboration, training, achievement, and understanding that achievement isn't a one-man's work. Love what you do as such profoundly that you're able to incorporate others in your fantasy and enable them in their prosperity. Love what you do as such profoundly that there will be no detour or hardship that will take you from your coveted heading. Strengthening implies that you don't disintegrate under disappointment. You settle on the cognizance, decision to develop from the strain to advance yourself to that next level. So these are my 8 tips for you to be on your way to being personally empowered. Remember that you are in this world to leave it a better place than you met it. And the only way you can do that is that by helping others when you yourself have helped yourself. And as I come your way again, this is Morning Vibes with Dr. Jerry the First. This program is powered by Top Media and Communication, Nigeria. All rights reserved. Thank you for listening to this broadcast this morning. If it has resonated with you, kindly subscribe to our channel and also give us a thumbs up as a show of liking this broadcast. You can also read the full text on our blog, and you can also like our Facebook page. Please kindly find the links to our blog and our Facebook page right in the description box below. And hey, you can also actually click on that bell beside the subscription button so that you can be notified whenever another broadcast is dropped here. Do have a nice day.